This unmarked box showed up in the mail. I wonder what could be inside. Oh, would you look at that? It's another RC jet. Let's build it. This right here is the 90mm MiG-17 from AF model. Now the MiG-17 was introduced in 1952 as a successor to the MiG-15, featuring a longer fuselage and a more aggressive compound sweep to the wings, pushing it to right around 45 degrees, which you can definitely see right here. Now this is my first ever plane from AF model, so I wasn't sure what to expect going into it, but it does seem like this is a bit of an older model, because I did have to wrestle the wings around a bit to get the fitment right and for the mounting holes to line up for the screws, and I also managed to crack one of the control horns while installing the push rods for the ailerons. Now, nothing some medium CA couldn't clear up, but I'm going to be honest, not off to the greatest first impressions so far. Getting the rest of the control surfaces on the wings hooked up, I really didn't run into any other issues, besides, of course, having to take the wings all the way back off to install the push rods for the gear doors, but that's okay, because at least it's not like a two-person job to put the wings back on or anything. But with the wings all set up and installed, I can now focus on the tail end of this plane, first installing the vertical stabilizer and rudder. Now I will say, all the wiring on this plane is nicely labeled from the factory, which I do appreciate, and makes plugging in wires for our rudder and elevator servos much easier. Now this plane does come with quite a few exterior details that I do need to glue into place, like the rear ventral fin and of course the big old cannons on the business end of this jet. Now the MiG-17 has a very unique feature to the top of its wings. Right here are 3 wing fences on each side of the wing that, in the event of a stall, keep the entire wing from stalling all at once. So it's very common in a lot of the earlier Russian jets. Now with our airframe fully assembled, all that's left to do is set up the electronics. Now I'm going to be giving the Lemon 7-channel receiver a shot here. This is like a third of the cost of the normal receivers that I typically use, but it still includes gyro stabilization and will still work with my Spectrum radio. So fingers crossed on this one. But with it all set up and packed into place, we have all of our control surfaces working, including the flaps, retractable gear, and even air brakes to help slow down that powerful 90mm EDF. Now, even though the overall quality is not what I'm used to, and there were a few fitment issues and some things that needed to be addressed, I gotta say, this thing does look incredible all put together, and I don't really have a better way to describe it other than thick. It's a thick airplane, which we're gonna be flying really soon, so if you want to see the maiden flight video, make sure to follow along.